He sent the test results to a third polygrapher who agreed the results appeared truthful. The charts were then sent to a fourth examiner who did not agree, suggesting Lazar might be relating information he'd learned from someone else. The polygraphers conferred and decided they would not issue a final statement on truthfulness until more specific testing can be conducted, and that's where it stands. Tavernetti believes that difficulty in determining Lazar's truthfulness stems from the fear that was drilled into him.
I think we're talking about a subject here that is
those
so
old days is
far-reaching,
when it was that
and it is so
I done this
emotional.
work for the Lord.
And when you're dealing with emotions, this is polygraph, because we're dealing with polygraph. You're looking
all
at fear.
things that was
The fear
wild
of
and
getting caught
technology.
telling a lie because something bad will happen to you if you do.
Which is the beast.
Well,
Serpent and things.
I am telling the truth. I've
was to
tried
deny
to
it
prove
all,
that.
and then we'll have
What's
it.
going on up there could be the most important event in history. You're talking about contact, physical contact and proof from another system, another planet, another intelligence. That's got to be the biggest event in history, period.
And it's real.
It's the best thing ever to have him as one. Yeah, because we got to, you know.
The University of Georgia was able to carbon date resin from the Boogosphere, and it was dated at 12,560 years.
How they could have.
The University of Georgia was able to
they
carbon date resin
made
from the
that.
Boogosphere, and it was dated at 12,560 years old.
MIT just released
Stainless.
something that shatters everything we thought we knew about human history, and scientists weren't ready for what showed up in the scan.
Could just
The
have been
clearest
on metal
X-ray of
road.
what's inside the Boogosphere reveals 18 microspheres arranged in impossible geometric
Inside
patterns,
it,
52 fiber optic strands embedded in seamless metal, and at the
fiber
center,
optic.
something that looks disturbingly like a processing chip. But the real shock came from radiocarbon dating. Organic material inside the sphere was 12,560 years old, 7,000 years before the pyramids, long before metallurgy, and long before humans supposedly understood high-density alloys or optics.
So that's what's
Whatever
inside
built
that
this
thing?
Wasn't supposed to exist in 12,560 BCE.
Well,
And
that
from
right
the
there,
moment scientists opened the scan,
I like
the
to look
story
at it,
only
'cause
got stranger.
it is
When this
proves
object
it to
crashed
yourself.
through Colombian power lines in March 2025,
See,
it
if I
wasn't just
seen that
another
stuff in
mysterious
there,
artifact. It was evidence that either an advanced
there
civilization
was
existed
questions
during
about
the last
dating
ice
anything,
age,
and it was
that
never
something
true about the
non-human has been
date
watching Earth
process
for far
to
longer
be
than anyone
completely
imagined. What happens
honest.
next will force you
It
to
could be
question
altered, and
everything.
they wouldn't. No
The
one would
descent.
know.
March 2nd,
I
2025.
think it's.
The silver sphere descends over rural Buga.
I don't think they're right half the time,
zigzagging
but
through the sky in
that.
patterns no aircraft
That's
could replicate.
difficult.
It tears
Well,
through
yeah,
high voltage
it
power
might-
lines
it might
without
be,
taking a
yeah,
scratch.
that'd be cool.
When Jose Arias reaches the landing site,
About
he finds
dinosaurs
something
being on the
impossible.
planet
A
billions
polished
of years
metallic
ago.
sphere,
I
ice
can't
cold to
see
the
it
touch.
being
But when
billions
water
of
hits
years
its
at all.
surface, it
I
vaporizes
just don't.
instantly. Scientists still don't have an answer. Initially, it weighs 2 kilograms. Then, inexplicably, 10
I don't think the
kilograms.
Earth's been here a
The weight
billion
quintupled.
years.
Same scale.
And I don't like talking
same
about
room,
that. It's
5 times the
nonsense.
weight. No scientific
it's,
model fits. Dr. Jose Luis
maybe it has,
Velasquez
actually,
orders an
that way.
X-ray of the sphere
I don't
and
think so.
freezes when he sees it.
What do you
3
think? I
concentric
think
metal layers. Inside them, 18
that
internal microspheres arranged in perfect geometric symmetry. He
200,000 or
reports
300,000.
no evidence of welding. Internal structure
I think,
composed
hell,
of
it could have been
high-density
said
elements
as
unlike
it
anything
is
documented. The
for a
surface is
billion
covered
years.
in intricate
How much
symbols,
today's Earth?
laser-precise engravings no
Like
civilization
it
should have
is,
known
it
how
is,
to make.
uh,
Within
peace
48
without
hours, the
destruction.
footage goes viral. Colombian authorities demand the sphere,
Like,
but owner
this
David
is
Velez
there
refuses,
forever.
fearing cover-up and confiscation.
Float on
So he
nothing
contacts
forever.
Jaime Maussan, the controversial Mexican journalist,
That's where
triggering a
intelligence
wave of
is.
scientific interest.
That's one
But
reason
the real
that the Lord
discovery
had
came
come
once researchers looked
to
beneath the
destroy it.
surface.
Or to-
Initial
to remove
spectroscopy
it.
detects a
That's
titanium-based alloy containing unknown elements.
We'll give ourselves
that
into
don't
this
align with
ongoing.
Earth's
It is a
periodic
book
table.
writers and
The
burn all
landing
books.
site shows
Book
electromagnetic
burning day.
anomalies.
Really
Grass
good.
remains dry despite
That's
heavy
gonna have to
rainfall.
happen. I know
Tree
it is.
branches exhibit
Hey, I can do
ionization
if it
burns.
does or don't.
Whatever it was active.
Because it's real wrong to
Altering
write
its
books.
surroundings
Because
the moment it
the life
arrived.
is what your
And
silence
whatever
is.
is
The
inside
ongoing
that sphere
reading
must
like
stay
that, man.
inside.
And it's worse
At
thing
least
in the
until
world.
we understand what we're dealing
Comedians,
with. Then comes the
salt.
breakthrough. Radiocarbon results.
That's why the media was thinking about
12,560 years old. This thing was built during the Ice Age. Inside the fiber channels, they find natural resin in microscopic holes, not contamination, intentional engineering. Resin chosen to anchor fiber optic filaments. MIT, University of Georgia, and independent labs confirm the resin's age. The sphere was created during the Younger Dryas. Yet inside it are fiber optic strands with lower optical loss than modern telecom cables. Modern engineers admitted they couldn't replicate this quality today without specialized tools the Ice Age should not have had. The architecture of the impossible. But the X-ray wasn't the shocking part. What the internal architecture showed didn't match any technology on Earth. The 3-layer construction defies modern material science. The outer shell exhibits bone-like density, yet behaves like titanium under stress. The middle layer possesses self-healing properties. When researchers damage a section, it regenerates within 48 hours.
There will be
Self-healing
no
metal.
food on planet.
No known alloy behaves this way.
I wonder
Not even in classified
if the
research.
power is true, like
The innermost layer
actually the
surrounds
words
the
end
central
up being
chip,
true.
and everything connects to
for
those
at least
18 microspheres. This isn't random. It's quantum geometry.
That'd be bad,
The
wouldn't it?
same patterns found in molecular crystallography, but
I hope it
never
is
in
true.
12,000
Because
year
I
old
think God
artifacts.
has like a pride
No
power
manufacturing method on Earth
that
can
you know that
produce
little try
this. No
that
tool marks,
little
no micro welding,
that
no seam.
it's kind of like that.
Under
but he
extreme
was- he
magnification,
doesn't like
the
that.
52
It's
internal filaments
why
appear
the
transparent,
kingdom of those
coated in
kings
metallic
and then
shielding,
they're making big
exactly
peace.
like modern
It's just
fiber
like
optic cables.
something has to
When
be
hit with
done,
specific wavelengths
or
of
you're in
light,
the most
they glow
wrong
from
place to
internal
cause all these
conduction.
problems.
Everything
And
connects
there
to a
it thought,
central chip-like
the
core.
life of the
This
Lord
wasn't
will
inspired by
be
modern
done.
technology. This was modern technology, but from 12,560 BCE. MIT's materials division confirmed the most disturbing detail yet.
Oh.
The internal geometry wasn't just complex. It matched quantum dot storage patterns the Institute had only theorized on paper. The sphere was doing, in 12,560 BCE, what MIT only modeled in 2024. Then came the analysis that stunned every materials scientist involved. Southwest Research Institute discovered the sphere wasn't made from any primitive alloy. It was forged from high-purity aluminum
These
blended
little
with
rings
cerium,
out.
lithium, and neodymium,
Dollar-
a combination impossible for ancient Earth.
$1.26
Aluminum
or
wasn't
70.
refined until 1886.
This one was
Cerium
actually
wasn't identified
bent
until
somehow. That man
1803.
got bent. See?
Neodymium wasn't isolated until 1885.
It says-
Yet somehow all three
says
appear inside
Jesus.
an object dated to 12,560
That's this one
BCE.
here.
Even stranger, the alloy is harder than aerospace
That's one of the other
titanium,
one.
and when exposed to 400-degree flames, its temperature doesn't change at all. It behaves like metal engineered to survive a catastrophe. Dr. Gary Nolan summarized the finding bluntly. 99% likely terrestrial, but the dating and material mix make no sense. And the deeper researchers looked, the stranger it became. The sphere's metal wasn't welded, poured, shaped, or machined. There are no seams anywhere. It appears to have been formed as a single, molecularly aligned structure, the kind of manufacturing humanity
Was
wouldn't
it
achieve for
poured?
centuries. The internal geometry mirrors modern quantum
Built
dot
with the
storage
faith.
systems,
There's this
capable
parrot
of
said it
holding
was faith
unimaginable amounts of data.
of
The fiber
somewhere.
optic lattice looks
Like
like
they had to
distributed
play it
computing
well,
architecture.
and-
If this thing is a memory device, its creators understood information technology 14,000 years before Planck's theory existed. Either someone taught them, or they weren't
Once
human
it
at
is
all.
harvested,
The
then
Younger
it will
Dryas
be.
extinction. 12,560 years ago, Earth didn't just cool. It snapped. In a span of months, global temperatures plummeted. Ice sheets surged forward again. Megafauna vanished almost overnight, and entire human
Make
cultures
things
collapsed.
levitate. And
Ice
then
core samples show a dramatic
the
temperature
king
drop.
and all in one accord.
Geological layers
use the
reveal
power
iridium
of
spikes and
force, faith
microspherules,
force,
the classic
power,
fingerprints of
faith,
cosmic
Holy
impact.
Spirit of the return.
Crater
as
fields
in
dating to
heaven.
this period stretch
It'll
across
return to
North
the
America
earth.
and Greenland. This was
Kingdom
not a
of
gentle
Christ.
glacial shift.
You see,
It
that
was
is
a
big
planetary
God.
trauma.
Living God.
Clovis culture disappears from the
Living
archaeological record.
power of God.
European
and all
settlements
worship.
shrink or vanish. Agricultural communities abandon sites that had been stable for centuries. Ancient stories across continents echo the same themes. Floods, fire from the
I
sky,
don't know.
darkness, and the drowning of great civilizations. Plato's timeline for the sinking of Atlantis? 11,600 years ago. the exact end of the Younger Dryas. And right in the center of this catastrophe, someone built the Boogosphere. Not a primitive carving. Not
Do
a
you believe
religious
that
artifact,
that's Samaria?
but a piece of technology containing fiber optics,
Smyrna.
self-healing metal, quantum geometry, and alloys requiring industrial
Means the same
refinement.
thing.
Who builds a
It's
quantum
for
device while the
acknowledgement.
world
It's
is
like
burning?
this. Samaria.
Someone
You get the
desperate.
picture?
Someone
Oh,
trying to preserve something. Someone who knew
Samaria
the
is.
catastrophe
I
was
just go to
coming.
my daily
Sea
thing.
levels
That's
at the time were
good.
120
Samaria,
meters
Samaria.
lower. Entire coastlines,
Samaria,
the very
no.
places advanced cultures would
Would
have
be
lived,
a
are now
longer,
buried beneath the
more
ocean.
experienced.
We've mapped more of Mars than our
Is why they
ocean.
say like
Whatever
Sumerian,
civilization stood before the
human,
flood, their remains may lie
like
underwater,
Superman's the key to
untouched.
Samaria, like
The Boogosphere
fucking
might be
that up.
one of the few surviving objects from that forgotten era.
And all other people.
And here's the detail
They
scientists
way
are
too
most
know
worried
too
about.
much and stuff.
Many Younger Dryas theories point to periodic
So that's why
catastrophes,
it's, your many
cycles of destruction
things
that hit Earth
is just
every
it's no
few millennia.
use. You gotta
If
have
that's
that
true,
king and the rank
sphere
and the
may
order.
not be a relic. It may be a warning system built by people who watched their world die and wanted the next civilization to avoid the same fate. And its sudden activation in
See, this guy was
2025,
just writing.
right as Earth experienced
He could write that. See, he's doing the same thing. And all them book writers today are doing the same thing as this, as it, and it's really the same.
and more like protocol.
Except it's, well, they'll
Symbols
say
and
it's not.
scientists.
That's why I say it. So
When
at least there's
researchers
some
finally
sort of
turned their attention to the
treat like the
engravings
king
covering
of
the
throne.
sphere, they expected simple decoration. They were wrong. Up close, the markings weren't scratches or symbols etched by hand. They were microscopically precise, carved with a steadiness no chisel or metal tool could achieve. Some lines were so fine they measured thinner than a human hair, and the content of those markings, that's what truly shattered expectations. Experts identified shapes resembling Ogham, runic
I
characters,
hate when people say
early
mommy and
cuneiform,
boys were
and
sin
even
and terrible
Proto-Sanskrit.
sin. You know
Every
it's
match was
crime.
partial,
Worst thing
familiar,
ever.
yet not identical to any known system. Either the
Never
sphere's
repented of
creators
having children. I
borrowed
know
from
it's
human
the
scripts,
king of it.
or those ancient scripts were echoes of
So
something
those
much
are in
older.
there.
Mathematicians noticed something alarming. When they mapped the patterns, they aligned with mathematical